Hello, friends. How are you all? I hope you all are doing well. Today, we are taking the topic of Coriolis force because it's our initiative. During the offline classes, most of the students have the complexity to understand Coriolis force. What is Coriolis force? What are the use of Coriolis force? Now we have take an initiative with some peculiar topics of geography which are complex in nature. Try to understand with the easiest method of geography एंड इट्स आवर इनिशिएटिव कि हम लोग आपको कुछ ऐसा दें जो इजी हो और अच्छा भी हो आपके लिए. तो लेट्स ट्राई विद द फाइनेस्ट मेथड, लेट्स ट्राई विद द इजीएस्ट मेथड. वी आर टेकिंग द टॉपिक ऑफ कोरियोलिस फोर्स और द कोरियोलिस इफेक्ट. कोरियोलिस इफेक्ट एंड फोर्स. Why here we use two term, one is Coriolis effect and one is Coriolis force? Why? We discuss later. Firstly, we write down the some synopsis about the topic. Synopsis which help you to give you the coherent picture about the topic. Synopsis हमेशा आपको एक सम पूरा picture देता, whole picture give you. Due to this reason, we take a synopsis. What is Coriolis force? What is Coriolis force or the Coriolis effect, and how it will originate, how it will originate, and what are the advantages. What are the what are the advantages? Firstly, I tell you about the Coriolis force. And one more thing I want to add you, why we take this topic. During the offline classes, most of the students can't understand the mechanism and the deflective personality of wind or the deflective nature of the wind. That is why we take in that topic from first lecture, Coriolis force. Because if you understand, if you want to understand, if you able to understand the mechanism of Coriolis force, then you are able to understand how the winds are deflecting rightward from the northern hemisphere, how the winds are deflecting from southern hemisphere in their left direction. Why? And what is the mystery? And we let's find out the mystery behind it. Firstly, we talk about the Coriolis force or the effect. Here we tell the Coriolis is scientist. Coriolis is a scientist. Coriolis is a French scientist. Coriolis is a French scientist. French scientist or the mathematician. Here we use the term of force. What is the means of force regarding the or the in the context of wind system? Force, it means we talk about the external external force which push. Here the Coriolis force, and the second term is the effect. What is effect? Let me be very clear. What is effect or the force? The term Coriolis force is not much correct. The effect, the term effect is, you can say that the probably the most descriptive or the most valid terminology for the Coriolis effect, because force, it means in the context of wind, it means force change the direction of, force change the direction of wind, because force capable to change the direction of wind. But here, under the Coriolis force, under the study of Coriolis force, under the study of Coriolis observation, जैसा कि हमने देखा, क्या देखा कि Coriolis force or the Coriolis effect, the word effect, try to focus on the word effect. Effect, it means Coriolis doesn't, or the, you can say that the Coriolis cannot be capable to change the direction. It only, it only deflect the direction, deflect the wind direction, deflect the deflect the wind direction, wind direction. it only. That is why Coriolis force is called Coriolis force is called pseudo pseudo force. What is the means of pseudo force? It means कि जैसा दिख रहा है वैसा है नहीं. फोर्स का मतलब क्या होता है कि ऐसा डायरेक्शन में जो चेंज ला दे. अगर मान लो हम किसी चीज को पुश कर रहे हैं तो उसके उसके मूवमेंट में उसके जो पोजीशन है उसमें कुछ चेंज आए. और कह रहा है यहाँ पे क्या कि इसमें चेंज पोजीशन में नहीं आ रहा है. क्या हो रहा है? ओनली इफेक्ट कोरियोलिस इफेक्ट डिफ्लेक्ट द विंड डायरेक्शन, cannot be capable to change the direction of wind. I hope that will clear, and this explanation give you the better understanding or the better command on the topic of Coriolis force. Okay, so let me very clear or recap what we discuss here. What is the difference between Coriolis force? Who is Coriolis? Coriolis is a French and the mathematician. And what is the difference between force and effect, and why the effect is the you can say that the truly define the Coriolis. Is it okay? Okay, how it will originate? Okay, we are taking the slide. How it will originate? It is a it is a result of Earth rotation. It is an outcome of Earth's rotation. It is a result of अर्थ रोटेशन. इट इज आउटकम ऑफ अर्थ रोटेशन. तो कह रहा है कोरियोलिस ओरिजिनेट कैसे हो रहा है? तो कह रहा है इट इज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ और इट इज अ आउटकम ऑफ अर्थ रोटेशन. व्हेन अर्थ रोटेट्स then the deflection will create on the wind. How and why? We take the further slide. Here we take the pictographic picture of earth. It is equator. You all know the latitudinal line which divides earth into the equal parts. That line is called equator. Here is a north pole, here is a south pole. One more thing which I want to add here, the diameter, the circumference or the diameter of equator is maximum. The diameter of equator is maximum here, and the diameter or circumference of polar region is minimum. Is minimum. 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 One more thing I want to add, the rotational velocity. The rotational velocity of equator. Please be focused in this data. The rotational velocity of Earth equator. The rotational velocity of equator is 1600 kilometer per hour. And the rotational velocity of polar region is, you all are shocked, 0.0008 kilometer per hour. It means the rotational velocity. What is the means of velocity? Velocity, it means speed. We are talking about the speed. Here the mark difference between equatorial speed and the mark difference between the polar speed. Through with the help of this data, we are understand the equatorial speed is more. In the equator, Earth rotates faster rate. In the polar region, Earth rotate at a minimum or the slower rate. Is it okay? I hope that will clear. ये बात सही समझ में आ रही होगी आपको कि इक्वेटर के पास अर्थ फास्टर रेट से रोटेट कर रहा है 1600 किलोमीटर पर आवर के स्पीड से, और इन द पोलर रीजन द अर्थ रोटेट्स 0.0004 times 0 8 kilometer per hour as a minimum speed. I hope that will clear due to this reason. But one more thing I want to add here. What? Here the time will be fixed for the rotation, both 24 hours. The time will be fixed. Here I want to more focus. Time will be fixed. Equator takes one rotation in 24 hours. Polar region take one rotation in 24 hours. It means what will happen? I give you, let's pretend it. Suppose that Q I am standing on the North Pole. I am standing on the North Pole, or I want to throw ball to my friend who is standing in the equatorial region. What will happen? Let's find out. If I am standing, if I am standing on the North Pole, मैं North Pole पे खड़ा हूँ, and my friend is standing on the equator, equator पे खड़ा है. Let's define equator. Let's recap. Equator rotates at a faster rate, and the polar region rotates at a slower rate, or the minimum velocity. Is it okay? If I want to throw ball to my friend who stand on the equatorial region, जो कहाँ खड़ा है, equator पे खड़ा है, and equator moves at a faster rate. When I want to throw the ball from to my friend, तो what will happen? क्या हो रहा है उस टाइम पे? देखो, equatorial region rotate at a faster rate. When I throw the ball from North Pole, then what will happen? The position of my friend has been changed because the equator rotates at a faster rate. तो इक्वेटर पे जो आदमी खड़ा था वो आगे निकल गया, and the ball drop down here. बॉल का पोजीशन नहीं चेंज हो रहा है. Here the position of ball cannot be changed. Ball goes up in a same direction, in a straight manner, in a same position, in a same destination. But what will happen? The person who are standing here, they are rotate because the equator rotates at a faster rate and the polar region rotate at a slower rate. इसी वजह से क्या हुआ कि जब हमने पोल से बॉल को फेंका तो इक्वेटर का आदमी पीछे चला गया, तब आगे बढ़ गया, और बॉल तो वहीं गिरी. बॉल वहीं गिर रही है सेम जगह पे, यहीं पे, और ये जो ए आदमी था वो यहाँ आ गया. द पर्सन चेंज देयर पोजिशन बिकॉज द इक्वेटर मूव्स एज अ फास्टर रेट. इज इट ओके? आई होप दैट विल क्लियर. ड्यू टू दिस रीजन there is a apparent deflection we saw from the observer side. हम क्या देख रहे हैं कि जो आदमी यहाँ खड़ा था जिसको हम फेंक रहे थे, अब हमने बॉल फेंकी, ड्यू टू द इक्वेटर रोटेट एट अ फास्टर रेट, तो इक्वेटर से वो आदमी इधर चला गया, बॉल वहीं गिर रही है, तो देयर इज अ मार्क डिफ्लेक्शन. देखो बॉल इस आदमी के कंपेयर में, देखो ये आदमी इधर चला गया, बॉल वहीं गिर रही है, तो हम क्या देख रहे हैं कि जिस आदमी को फेंक रहे थे वो तो इधर चला गया, बॉल यहीं गिर रही है, तो ये राइटवर्ड डिफ्लेक्शन हो रहा है. आई होप दैट विल क्लियर. ड्यू टू दिस रीजन इट सीम्स लाइक द पोजीशन चेंज हो गई, इस वजह से हमें ऐसा लग रहा है बॉल तो वहीं गिर रही है अभी भी. इज इट ओके? Due to this reason, we from the observer side we say that, or we find out, in the northern hemisphere the winds are deflecting in their rightward direction. That is why Farrell's law says that the winds are deflect in right direction in the northern hemisphere. Suppose that if we stand in the southern hemisphere, if we are uh, standing in the southern pole and my friend again is standing in the equatorial region, and I want to throw ball from the southern pole to the equator, मैं फिर वहीं से फेंक रहा हूँ. देखो, it means my position has been changed. नॉर्दर्न पोल पे खड़ा था तो दिस इज माई राइट, दिस इज माई लेफ्ट. सदर्न पोल पे खड़ा हूं, देखो दिस इज माई राइट एंड दिस इज माई लेफ्ट. इट मीन्स फ्रॉम द ऑब्जर्वर साइड द पोजिशन हैज बीन चेंज्ड. फिर अगेन आई थ्रो द बॉल फ्रॉम साउदर्न पोल टू द इक्वेटर, व्हाट विल हैपन? अगेन माई फ्रेंड हैज बीन मूव इन फ्रॉम द डेस्टिनेशन एंड बॉल ड्रॉप डाउन इन द सेम डायरेक्शन. वहीं गिर रही है, पर हो क्या रहा है, ये इधर गया, तो देयर इज अ डिफ्लेक्शन. In a from the observer side the deflection is leftward. Due to this reason, according to Farrell's law we say, हम क्या कहते हैं कि southern hemisphere में the winds are deflecting their leftward, in the northern hemisphere winds are deflecting their rightward. I hope that will clear. But here one point I want to clarify: the direction of deflection has been same, but from the from the observer side observer side from the observer side the direction from north pole rightward, from south pole leftward, but the deflection in the same direction. But due to the observation from the observer side, this can happen कि हम ये कहते हैं कि इधर rightward deflection हो रहा है और इधर leftward, पर deflection तो same direction में हो रहा है in both hemisphere. I hope that this small or short video give you the lot of benefits and give you the coherent picture and great understanding about the Coriolis force. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining and connecting with the IB. I want you all are joining from Arunachal in IB Institute. Thank you so much.